Hello and welcome to the first episode of the It's Taking Gaming podcast for the week of January 1st, 2016. So let us introduce ourselves. I am EPidemIC.
Desert Punk.
Wargear.
Samulus
Reed.
RavenQuote.
And EPidemIC. So thank you guys so much for joining us for the week. Our first topic, let's start off simple, guys. Get y'all warmed up here. Single player, is it becoming irrelevant? Yes or no, and why? Because Rainbow Six Siege pulled that dirty move on us with it before it came out. It's like, yep, we're going to have single player. We're going to have single player in literally a month or so before it came out. Bam, single player's gone. So you're paying $60 for a $30 product. Agree or disagree?
I agree with that.
You agree with them taking out single player?
No, I agree with them, or I agree with you saying that they're paying for half, or they're only paying for half a game.
I mean, they replaced it with Terrorist Hunt.
Well, you see,
That's cool.
Yeah, so
I
Terrorist
like-
Hunt is not single player.
Yeah, so if
There's
no
no
internet,
internet.
you fucked.
there's no story.
Yeah, but I mean, that's how companies are going nowadays. I mean, granted, we had this discussion off stream earlier, but we're going to expand on it. So, you got that going on, and then there's rumors talking about, I mean, it's not in a lot of places around on the internet, but you got some people saying that Call of Duty is possibly going to talk about getting rid of their single player for future Call of Duty games to, quote-unquote, emphasize the multiplayer. So, are they going to really get rid of that to where
Well,
they're going to improve that multiplayer?
Let me back up for a second, though. You said, is it irrelevant? I don't think it's irrelevant, single player that is. It's just that there's so many more gamers that like to play, just jump in for an hour, shoot some people, and be done, have a laugh. Well, there's a whole other section of gamers, though, that like just the single player portion of games, or they like games based on single player and story. And, for example, Fallout 4, how many copies did that sell?
A lot.
So, and
Apparently,
that
Pornhub
game is
had a
only single player.
had a dip in their
When people
average
aren't
for
watching
today.
porn, you know the game is good.
Yeah.
Someone even advertised Fallout 4 on Pornhub.
Yeah.
It's a true story.
I mean, it may be irrelevant for some series like Call of Duty because their story has gotten so convoluted and sideways
Yeah,
in most of
nobody
their
really
games. It's just
Plays for that.
like it's just an extra piece of slight content that you might enjoy, maybe if you're drunk.
Yeah, I agree that, probably it doesn't matter as much. My main problem is that they're still charging the $60 that they were when they were producing a campaign with all-star actors like Kevin Spacey and shit. They were putting out the money for them
Spoilers.
to put into the... No, he advertised on it.
Who's Kevin Spacey?
Kevin Bacon's brother.
We'll come back to that.
But they were shelling out the money for all of that and still charging $60. Now they're cutting all of that out and still charging $60. I mean, that is a lot of money that they're just, putting down their pockets. And
Oh, but they have to give you a newly designed gun.
no, that's another $20 they need.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
forget all
like
the
Counter
maps.
Strike where you pay $100 for a knife skin. That's ridiculous. But so do you see it happening? Like, there obviously there's
I can
some,
definitely see it happening.
there's obviously some companies that could get away with it. I honestly think Call of Duty could get away with it because, well, I mean, what, 10% play it for the single player, if even that number?
Like, I'll do a veteran playthrough and then that's it.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
go
what
back
I
to
do.
it.
I'm just veteran and I'm usually done.
But one thing that I think they're forgetting is, from like the story, is all the maps are based from the campaign, usually. I mean, DLC ones not so much, but the original maps, at least most of them, are based from the campaign. And I think, playing through the campaign, seeing that, and, then playing through the multiplayer and seeing those same things, it kind of makes you think you know where things are on the map, and you see it in a different light, as in just, starting from a spawn point, running out there, and not really knowing what's going on.
I feel like, it's something that's happening during the story of the game. Like,
Yeah.
say if it's, this huge epic battle, maybe you're a different, character from that same battle, and you're on the same map. You're like, it's actually happening, taking place here.
Until
Exactly.
you've played it for the 300th or 400th time, and then you say, "Oh fuck this map again."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like I said earlier during our stream discussion, I personally use single player campaign as a way to get into a game.
Yeah.
Good job.
My mother is very interested in what we're talking about.
She wanted to phone me.
single player campaign to get into a game, whether it's a new game that I've never played, or whether it's a game I've played 100 times like Halo or COD. That's how I get used to the controls again, how I learn the new controls. It's also how I find out about new weapons, about if a single player or if a multiplayer has like a horde mode kind of thing where I learn about new enemies.
Or new abilities too.
New abilities, all that. And for a game like Halo, where in the last like 3 games, it's changed from you didn't have abilities, you had abilities, and then they took them out, and you have the abilities again. And I had to relearn which one's done what and how they worked and all that. That's just how I see it.
I think the entire problem is that they're charging you the same amount for way less work on their part, and they're just going to make the same amount of money, make extra profit because they didn't spend all the resources on that section of the game.
Yeah.
So it's basically just them being greedy assholes like they always are.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let me be devil's advocate here for a second. What about those people that say, well, I mean, if you don't want a game that's multiplayer only, then what about games that are single player only? I mean, where do you take that angle from? Which, I mean, I don't agree with that by all means, but
Well, please let's not tack on shitty multiplayer.
Well,
Yeah,
see,
I would really enjoy Fallout. You know, fat man's flying through the air, 30 on 30 death match. That would be real fucking fun.
Yeah. See, when it comes to a single player only game, like I guess the top example would be Bethesda with Fallout and the Elder Scrolls games. I would, if they could make the taking single player out for multiplayer games like that, where they make it something expansive and you make the multiplayer amazing and in depth, then maybe I could see it for something like COD that doesn't really need its single player anymore.
Don't they kind of already do that with like MMO though?
That's what I'm saying. If they could make a Halo or a COD game that was just multiplayer, that was as expansive in at least some way as a Fallout game or an Elder Scrolls game, I'd be willing to pay $60 for that.
Yeah.
Kind of like ESO.
Now it's hard to do that. Like if you tried to make, any kind of map that size for a multiplayer game that honestly isn't running on a PC, you're going to run into a limitation there.
well, wouldn't MMOs kind of be given to buy because that's what they're built for?
Well, I think that's what you're kind of trying to say is they
Yeah,
should
it's
move
like
more towards an MMO
If
they're getting rid of the single player.
Yeah, if they move more towards that, but keep the, like the shooter aspect and don't make it an MMO, but make it similar, then I could see it.
I think he's trying to say like the content you get for a game that's just supposed to be single player or a game that's built to be an MMO is so much more than like the content that you only have if you're playing in multiplayer, where you've got 12 maps and whatever. So $60 is worth that single player game or that MMO, but not for just the multiplayer, which is basically feels like a add-on or a map pack or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll give you a very great
It's
example.
not worth as much.
Me, Wargear, and Desert had a thing we used to do in Battlefield 3 where there's people who, on that game, you can buy a server to play. And there's people who will buy a server and make a game type where it's a game type that runs all the time. The game never ends unless you leave. And we would go in there and sit in games like that for like 12 hours. And we would start by playing the objective, capture the flag, kill the enemy, and eventually it just devolves into like 16 people just running around a map doing random stuff.
Yeah, just
And
absolute chaos.
It's great. It's the most fun I've ever had in a game that big, with maps that big. And we played a 12-hour match once just doing that, just running around. I fell asleep twice during it. Fell asleep for 30 minutes and then an hour and a half and woke back up still in the middle. And it was great. If they can do that, take the story out of COD and turn COD into something like that, that'd be great.
You know you got a good long multiplayer experience in an FPS when you went from an FPS shooter trying to get an objective done to trying to jump a Jeep off the top of a building to kill a helicopter.
Yeah.
Okay, so to wrap up on this topic, if you will, do you think that's going to gain steam looking into 2016, 2017, or do you see it kind of stabilizing?
I think they're going to try it, and then I think think COD might do it, and they might, just test the waters a little bit. But it's going to depend on everybody's reaction and sales mostly.
I think it's going to be the same thing it is with any kind of game that tries something new. It's going to start small, and all we can really hope for is that the first person that really just says we're going for it and we're going to try it, hope they do it and set a good example for other people.
Well, I think if Call of Duty does do it, it's going to be successful whether they do it or not, because there's so many people.
And it's
the
just going to
problem
have that
with
snowball
is,
effect.
If Call of Duty is successful with it, then everybody's going to start doing it, no matter what kind of franchise they are, and it's going to screw up a bunch of different games, and they're going to have to go back to putting single player and stuff in, because only certain games can do that.
Yeah.
But when they bring it back, they're going to give it as an extra feature and charge you another arm and a leg just to get single player back in your game.
I guarantee you they're going to charge you $10 for single player.
Which is utter bullshit.
Yeah. If that trend were to happen, I guarantee you they're going to charge you $10, like extra, like $60. Because for me, paying $60 for a game is enough. I'm anti DLC unless it's free, because you got your $60. Companies lived perfectly fine without it in the past.
Yeah.
You don't need more money.
Well, here's the thing about the DLC though, is if they are going to give you DLC after the game has come out and it's completely separate, it's not needed for the game or anything like that.
Like expansion pack?
It's not based on the story.
Yes.
Like we said earlier, like Bethesda DLC, then I'm fine with them charging whatever they want, because they put in the work after the game was done to make something else for you to enjoy. If you don't want to enjoy it, don't have to pay for it. You don't need it. It's not essential for the game.
I'm good with that.
But it's when you start charging for stuff like a single player experience that has already been coming on the games for $60, then you start charging for that extra on top of the $60 that you're already going to pay for the game. That's when it starts getting ridiculous.
Yeah, like Halo with their rake packs and shit. Which, with the rake packs, you don't really need it unless you're playing Warzone. But a lot of people are completionists and want, all the skins, all the assassinations, and all that stuff. And to get it, they're probably going to start, buying stuff.
There's the one thing I don't like about that is that there's no, used to be you had to do a specific achievement to unlock a really cool armor or something.
Yeah.
That's no more. It's just if you play a shit ton or
And then
play
hope
a
you get
lot, you get then you might get it, and then if you really want it, just spend a bunch of money.
It's not even necessarily that it's like all pay to win now.
Yeah.
And
You can thank no
Like,
mobile games for that.
why sit there and play the game when you can just buy it? That's what they want you to do. But I don't know about the rest of the people. I'd rather play it and unlock it myself rather than just like, oh, here's $20, give me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we've seen what the worst of that is, Not trying to say any games, Destiny, but, we've already seen the bad side of that. So I'm kind of hoping if companies try it, they screw up. Because I don't want to pay any more for single player. Because that's the first thing I touch is single player.
Yeah.
I play Halo campaign before I go on the multiplayer. I play Call of Duty campaign before I go to Call of Duty. That's the same thing with any game I play. Unless it's urgent. But, so I think we're all agreeing that we don't want to see single player get ruled out.
Or probably all, people who really like playing single player. Like, there might be people out there. I know Drake sucks anyway, but he hates playing campaign. He doesn't like it. He'd rather play online, even though he sucks at it.
That's because the recruit bots in campaign will kick the shit out of Drake.
Well, if this leads into, because we keep talking about how we don't want to lose the single player, but if this would eventually, and I'd say this is like a 10% chance of happening, if it led eventually to a set thing where companies started making separate games for their multiplayer and their single player, I'd be down for it. Bethesda.
But are they going to charge for those games $60 a piece, or is it going to be?
They absolutely will.
Well, see, for the multiplayer, that's a hard thing because there's not much they can add. But for a single player, if the COD story started going to the length, not the length of Bethesda games, but if it started being that immersive and started being a coherent story, because they're not having to worry about making sure multiplayer is going to work and making sure the story kind of fits and all that. If it's two separate teams, like they have, it's Sledgehammer Games and
They have two teams. They already have to do that.
Do separate things, but it's always a campaign multiplayer. If they either took one of them,
no, they have a department. They have in Treyarch and in Sledgehammer, they have the campaign team and they have the multiplayer team.
He's saying make
That's
it
what I'm
like
saying. What if they took like
the campaign on a disc and the multiplayer on a disc, and they're separate games. You buy whichever one you want. The problem with that is they're going to charge $60 for both. Then you're going to pay $120 if you want the whole thing, rather than $60.
What I'm saying is, if they separate, if it becomes separate things, because what we're still talking about it being them taking single player away in favor of multiplayer, instead of it being multiplayer becomes its own thing and single player becomes its own thing. What if they took the single player team from Treyarch and Sledgehammer and put them together? It became that.
If they do that and they do separate them, if they end up taking the single player campaign, like let's say they split up Mass Effect's multiplayer from its single player. If they use the multiplayer space from their single player campaign and expanded the story even more on their on their single player and made it a little bit more expansive, a little bit more in depth, and then on the multiplayer added a few more maps, weapons, characters, or classes, then yeah, I'd be willing to pay $60 for both. But if they just literally cut it in half from what they had now and tried to make you pay $60, it wouldn't even be worth it.
Yeah.
Wait, Mass Effect 3?
Yeah.
No, their single player I think is actually good enough for $60.
Yeah,
But,
that's what I'm saying. If that's what my example was.
Yeah.
If you take the extra space where they have the multiplayer and just add more story or more quests and stuff.
Might
Or
not
like
be
have
the
bigger,
best,
better graphics.
They might not be the best example though, because they did add a bunch of characters and maps, and they were all free for the multiplayer.
Yeah.
But as far as like that goes with like Battlefield and stuff, then really the one thing, since they're probably going to go to that at some point, they already have in some games made it just multiplayer, is it doesn't need to be the same price as the standard $60 for a complete game if they're only going to give you half or only part. And honestly,
I don't think multiplayer is worth that much. It's
30.
Say they give you 15 maps. You're in a certain amount of weapons, a certain amount of characters. All you're doing is running around on the same maps over and over and over. You're not really getting anything out of it other than the fun of running and gunning.
I mean, you can do that on a free-to-play game on PC
Well,
without paying a damn
they're
dime.
paying for the brand name. Well, give us some freaking content in there for that multiplayer other than just the standard, because otherwise I'm not paying $60 for that.
Well, that's like the thing I said again off stream was that I don't play COD single player multiplayer because I like it. Like I do like it, but that's not why I play it. I played it because Wargear and Desert played it, and they told me I should get it. I didn't play Halo because I liked the story or the multiplayer. Played it because all of y'all played it. That's when I started playing those games. Didn't play them before then. Started with Halo 3. So for me, I've always been a single player person. I've always done that until I met these two in high school, Wargear and Desert. Until then, I'd never even played a game online. So for someone like me, I'm on that extreme end of wanting single player. Because there's a lot of a time when we're not online to play multiplayer. So if the single player's not there, then I've paid $60 for a game I might play once a week.
Yeah.
When everybody has a chance to get on and play.
And not to mention when people have moved on from that multiplayer game. You pay $60 and then 3 months later something better comes out.
Yeah, so now you want to go back and play it. And nobody's playing it. Now you can't even play the game you paid for because there's no other content.
That's true. Well, hopefully this will be a trend that doesn't...
Pick up Steam.
Right, it doesn't... We're hoping it won't pick up or anything like that. So, I got another topic for you guys here. That's good. About 20 minutes on that one. I like that. This one, I don't know how long we can talk about this topic, but we'll do what we can. Anyone ever heard of the term swatting?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that like when you play SWAT in Halo?
No, not exactly.
That's what I thought.
Close, but no.
Swatting is when someone is streaming either via YouTube or Twitch, and somehow somebody in your chat gets a hold of where you're at, and they call the police on you. And next thing you know, you get a riot.
And they'll
team.
describe gruesome murders,
Yeah.
hostage situations, and they'll send the SWAT team after you.
Yep.
And if you're in a state or in a county where your SWAT team doesn't, come in and knock in, they're going to surround your house. And if you see somebody outside, most of the people around here are likely to pull a gun themselves to defend themselves. You show up at the door with that gun, you're gonna die.
Well, see, I mean, obviously this is disturbing enough, but the problem is that when people are streaming, usually, because that's obviously when it happens, is when they're streaming. But when they're streaming, they have headphones on. They have game audio in their ears. They can't necessarily hear a knock on the door, believe it or not. Or they can't hear a door being kicked in. So, I mean, this is just, this could lead to a pathway of someone getting killed because of a prank. Now, the reason I brought this up is because someone has finally been charged with doing it.
Really?
Someone has finally been charged with doing it. A 19-year-old, I don't know the place, but a 19-year-old has finally been charged with doing it. And he got 5 years. Now, is that harsh enough?
That's not harsh.
That's not harsh. I don't think that's harsh enough. 5 years for playing a prank like that. I'm the kind of person that if you want to do something, you got to set an example. If you set a light example, people are going to take it lightly. You set a heavy example, people are going to think about it. Personally, I think the kid deserves 10 years for doing it.
I don't know, like 5 years in prison for a scrawny teenager.
That's his fault.
It's probably pretty harsh enough for him.
No, that's his fault.
I don't want. I want the kid to learn his lesson, but I don't want his life to get ruined.
See, that's another thing. You keep saying this, but you're saying it like somebody who knows what they're doing. You know, a 19-year-old should know better, should know by now that you don't screw around with cops and describing murders and that kind of stuff. But it's also a thing where you never really know. Age is not a number you can put to somebody for their intellectual level.
Yeah.
Like, I want the kid to understand what he did is wrong. I want him to have some kind of punishment. But another thing is, you never know really. Like, maybe he saw it in a forum about people doing it. He's like, oh, maybe it's a Twitch thing. You know, like all the emotes, like Kappa. You put Kappa in a chat when you're wanting to be sarcastic. Streamers have their own emotes. Maybe he thought it was something like that. Like people in streams will, when they stop streaming, go to another stream and put a raid in there to give somebody viewers. Maybe he thought it was something you do, and police know that. You never really know. And I don't want him to have been like, oh, this is a Twitch thing, I'm going to do this. And it'll be, you know, I'm part of the community.
But
like
then
he should know.
That's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, he should know, but you never really know.
But that's one side of the coin. On the other side, you have the intentional, malicious assholes that are taking up 20 to 30 people off of your county SWAT team away from...
Let me qualify, because I said about the boy's age. He's not 19, he's 15.
Is he 15?
He's 15.
All right, we might be talking about different cases then.
Well, you might see, like a 19-year-old, I'm saying...
Well, either way,
yeah,
that kind of thing.
Yeah, but if he's a 15-year-old, you could understand more about a 15-year-old reading something in a forum and being like, it's a Twitch thing.
Well, I've got to say, like, with a kid calling a SWAT, or calling in, you know, something like that, it's kind of like a 3-year-old.
You don't call 911 as a joke.
Yeah, I can understand a 3-year-old accidentally or calling 911 on a phone or something. However, at that point, it's not.
It's been drilled into you since you were a kid.
Exactly.
911 is for emergency.
Let me say, I'm saying this about the person's age.
What cop agency, SWAT, whatever, is going to take someone calling in and saying, oh, you know, this guy's been murdered, this and this and this is happening, as a joke for some internet thing?
I know.
No, they're there to do their job, and they're thinking, oh crap, someone's getting killed, we need to go stop them. And then, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, yeah, you should get prison. That's just ridiculous.
Well, see, there's another layer onto it too. When you stream, nobody knows anything about you. So in order for them to find out where you're at, they got to do some work.
Or you have to accidentally say it,
right?
Or something.
But like, I mean, you could say where you're from. They can't really They can't really raid you off that, because I mean, they could find the number and be like, oh, hey, some guy in your town is murdering people.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we live in a town of close to 100,000 people.
So.
But they've got to find your address. They've got to find your police department's number. They've got to find your...
That's
my
more
point
to me, of they're finding it themselves with the intent to do that.
Right.
Rather than, oh, this is just an internet thing.
That's why I'm saying there shouldn't be any excuses for this. Because
Exactly.
they're going out of their way to be an ass and to get you in trouble and potentially shot.
Yeah.
You know.
So, two things. That 15-year-old I was talking about who got arrested, he got 2 counts of domestic terrorism and 25 years. Is what it says. I haven't fact checked this. That's just what pulled up.
Well, man, that's what you
Second,
get.
and the second thing is, I keep saying this about their age. I don't think there's ever been a single case where somebody didn't know what they were doing and wasn't in malicious intent trying to just screw somebody over. I'm just saying, like, it needs to be like, make sure it's not somebody who's made a fucking mistake because they're fucking dumb. It's two different things.
Or it could be somebody who's like.
It could be somebody like Drake who is really dumb enough to think this is who would really think if somebody told him, hey, this is a Twitch thing, do it, and you'll be part of his community.
Sorry, Drake, you're the scapegoat.
Drake, you're a fuckhead. I hope you watch this. But it's a thing where everybody knows somebody who could be told something like that and they would believe it.
I mean, they could have
And
like
if you
a
don't
mental
know
illness
somebody
or
like that,
developmental
good on you.
disability.
You are better off without that person in your life.
Well, this is my kind of opinion on it. It may be a bit harsh. Even if I might know somebody like that. I can't remember. But anyway, if they're that dumb, they need to be locked up because they could easily, do something stupid and harm themselves or harm somebody else. And if they are that dumb, then they don't need to be in the community.
Yeah, and even no matter which way it is, whether it's somebody who fucked up, made a mistake, or somebody who's maliciously doing it, I agree with them. You've got to set the example the first time. Like, this is the first person to actually, whether it's the person Amy's talking about, the person I'm talking about, is the first person to get convicted on it. It's got to be set so people know. Now, I hope with whether it's the person I read or the person you read, either the 10 or the 25 years is enough to make people understand, don't fucking do this.
You said 25 years, right? So, I mean, I think that's a pretty significant amount
The kid's
of time.
15 years old. If this is real, the kid
Yeah.
was 15 years old. He got 25 years. That would make him 40 by the time he got out for calling cops on a prank on somebody who was streaming. That's another setup. This is a person who has created a community of fans who does this for a job. Most times the big streamers are the people who get rated. And he's trying to make a living. He's trying to connect with his fans and all that. And now you've got cops or SWAT coming in here telling him to get on the ground or what have you. And you have literally just not destroyed the community, but you have royally fucked it up. Like, he could have been doing something special. He could have been doing whatever for his stream. And you have literally just fucked it up for a joke. Like,
I think 25 years is too harsh for especially a 15-year-old because the first part of his life is now completely gone. Like,
see, I don't really trust
he's going to be put back into society, and he's a 40-year-old has no job experience.
See, I would believe Amos's is more than mine. I think mine's probably a joke or something because if it's a 15-year-old, that's underage of whatever it is, whatever that thing's called.
I don't care if you're underage or not. For something like that, you need to do the time.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, the rule is, like, after you get 18, you're considered an adult in the U.S. Establish that. So I don't think a 15-year-old would get that from a
Unless somebody got shot on the other end of the prank.
Yeah.
So what were the charges again?
He got 2 counts of domestic terrorism, and I know a little bit about law. I don't know much about, like, domestic terrorism and all that, so I don't know the rules that surround that.
I'm pretty sure that's the entire
That
reason
might be
why he got
because I
that
know
much.
there's like laws
And-
that
Yeah, it's a federal law.
that like supersedes age limitations. So it could be real. I'm saying I don't know. Just in case somebody wants to fact check.
I think we can agree it's stupid as hell, but we cannot agree in any kind of consensus on what the time in jail or punishment needs to be as of yet. It all really depends on if somebody got hurt, if there was damage to property, how many cops were involved, if a cop got hurt.
I just looked
It
on
just
Snopes.
depends.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just looked up on Snopes. The 50-year-old or the teenager getting 25 years was false.
Okay, see, so like I said, I'm more likely to believe a 19-year-old got 10 years than a 15 got 40 or 25. So that just goes to show sometimes.
Well, I think 10 years is fine because
Yeah.
who's going to sit here and be like, okay, you want to play this prank on somebody? You might get 10 years in jail for it.
And if you
well,
make that
let's
decision-
not do that prank. Let's do something else.
But I do agree with making it to where this shouldn't happen again, because you need to make this public in a wide view,
Yeah.
like on a major media site or on a news network.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
this
yeah, absolutely.
has been taken into action. Like, they have been caught and they are being arrested. And if somebody else does it and it keeps happening, just keep throwing the same damn sentence at them.
I mean, from all that I've read on it, it seems like different countries are taking different actions. I mean, they're all going to jail for it, but I mean, the whole if you're under 18 thing, they're sending you to what they call a youth prison.
Yeah.
You know,
Like YDC
not-
around here.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, they say it's not juvenile,
Yeah.
but it's kind of like a, I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, the best I can think of from what I've read is like a mini prison.
Probably
know, people-
kind of
only
like
people
what
under 18 are
alternative
in
school
there.
is for a high school. It's just
I
like
guess.
stricter rules, and you're only allowed to do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Like there's no extra shit there.
I don't think that's basically giving people under 18 a free pass to do stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
I think
But
it needs to be the same for everybody.
But
no
it's
matter
also
how
it's
old you
also the thing where maybe just giving him that instead of giving him the 10 years, and he stops fucking doing it, and you
are.
haven't
Well,
seen
he should
him
have
to
thought
do-
better before he starts calling the cops to do their designed job when it's just a prank.
Yeah, considering how much time and effort it takes like putting into doing that, and you know, getting the person's address, the police dispatch, and all of that. Considering how much time it takes, that's enough time for them to realize maybe I shouldn't be doing this. So
And not only that, when they're out there on that prank to see if it's actually happening, somebody could be actually in the middle of some kind of domestic violence or something that actually needs the attention.
That's what I was saying earlier. You're taking the police force away from their
Exactly.
actual job and sending them off on a prank for God knows how many hours, just tying up nearly half the force.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be the same amount of time no matter
And
how
now,
old you are.
and now that I think about it, one of you, Sgt Reed, said that about the time it takes. Looking at that, it seems to me like that's not something like. There's no way this is somebody who fucked something up on accident and thought it was a joke, like an actual joke, not a fucked up thing. Because the time it would take to trace somebody down either by a number, by an IP address, to figure out the state, the city they live in, all that kind of stuff, then now looking at it, I have to say that it's got to be like this is malicious 10, like 10 times out of 10. It cannot be like
What are you guys playing right now?
Fallout.
Fallout.
Armored warfare.
Fallout.
Faggot.
Well, man.
Which one of
Don't
these
make
is not
me
like
use
the
you
others?
as a hand puppet, Brian.
Jesus. Well,
I just said faggot. I didn't even look at anybody. You knew who I was talking about.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see that coming.
We
Well,
can edit that
I
out.
take that back. I am playing it a bit, but I'm playing my DS more, my 3DS, and I'm playing actually Nintendo's two newest free-to-play games. Or one of them's not free-to-play. I don't know. It's like a mix between the two different kinds, and it's Pokemon Picross and Pokemon Shuffle, I believe.
Nerd.
I've been playing those, and
I have just one question for you.
What?
Did you catch them all?
Not yet. I'm getting close though.
You are
Very
not.
But they keep releasing more Pokemon.
They do. There's like an update every other week where they add new stages to Shuffle.
God.
So I think there's something like 700 stages in it so far.
But I was playing Fallout for about 2 weeks straight. It's like, nope.
How much
I got
hours
burned
did you
out.
put into Fallout?
How much time?
Yeah.
I think I'm up to like 36 hours straight on the damn thing.
Because I'm only at 40, I think. Roughly 40.
I think I'm at a day. I think put my timer at a day.
I'm around 4 or 5 days.
I've got
2 weeks?
8 days on one and 4 days on another.
Oh my God.
Dang, man.
Well, if you're talking about other games though too, I'm also playing Rise of the Tomb Raider and Mortal Kombat. So
Are you still competing in any Mortal Kombat tournaments?
not really.
Have you moved on from that?
I went to a couple. I got third at Dragon Con when they had one there, but I don't really go to them like super active anymore.
I don't understand how you haven't won one yet. I honestly don't.
Because the way a tournament works is it's players against players, and some players are better than other
I get that.
You don't understand the level of research and work you actually have to put in to the game to understand how it works at a high level. And
I don't.
The players that are in the top level of players, they literally do nothing but play that, read that, eat it, sleep it, everything.
These are the people that could kill you without looking at you in this game.
There's an entire house in Atlanta dedicated where all they do, they get up in the morning, they play Mortal Kombat, and they are paid to do that. And so you are not going to compete with that kind of player if you just like to play the game.
Or you could spike his water.
I suppose you could do that.
No,
you could just grab their controller and throw it across the room too. But
that's a little more confrontational. They'll never know you spiked their water
until they fall out of the chair.
Well, I mean, I didn't say you had to do it right there on the stage.
But you must remember, some of
these
people...
You give them a laxative 30 minutes for the tournament.
We were going against pranks a minute ago. Now you're all for pranks.
Hey, this one doesn't involve the police, though.
Or give both players meth and then have them Mortal Kombat for real.
Actually, that would be fun to watch.
That would be excellent to watch.
I want to see someone stand on the right side of a rim and go like this and go, "Get over here!"
Okay, let's all put this in like a big stone circle. Put some stands around it. Oh, and throw lions in there. And this is going to be great. I promise you, everybody will remember it forever.
Throw lions in there.
I think he's referencing the Roman Coliseum there.
No, that is a completely different thing. It is trademark, and legal says no.
Disclaimer.
His name is Samulus, so...
Disclaimer.
Are you trying to get it back together?
Your ancestors will not approve.
So anyone else playing anything other than Fallout 4?
The show.
I play Halo.
Armored Warfare, and that's about it.
Yeah, I'm too busy playing MLB The Show and then realizing how bad I am at Halo.
Play Twitch. I'm on Twitch more than I am any game right now.
Yeah, dude, Twitch is my cable.
Yeah, man.
I mean, you don't need anything else. It's more real than what's on TV nowadays.
Yeah.
There is nothing on TV. There's not that much competition.
Exactly. If you have TV right now, get rid of it. You can use that extra $70 a month to get you a game you can enjoy.
Then you can't watch Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Stream it.
You can't watch Supernatural.
Netflix.
You have to wait way too long for the episodes to be there.
Exactly.
Just when people aren't talking about it, you watch it and you're like, oh, hey, remember that time when...
No, you don't need to torrent it. Just websites.
Yeah, there's websites where you can watch it.
That's where not pirating on this show.
We do not endorse pirating, nor are we saying to download anything.
Unless you are an actual
5 out of the 6 people here do not condone pirating.
I don't care what you
Or let you figure out who the 6th one is.
I'm not going to judge you people. I promise.
But, I mean...
But if you can speak into the mic closer, please.
Disclaimer.
He will not judge you, but he will try and bum a disc.
I don't know. I'm a sports nerd. I'm into MLB The Show. So I play that game every day since it came out.
I'm the anime nerd.
So, I mean, MLB 16 hype all the way until March. That's a long ways. Till then, I'm looking forward to freaking Ratchet and Clank. Love that series. Shut up, Desert. You love that game and you know it.
I've never played it.
Or are you a Jack and Daxter person?
I think I had played Jack and Daxter. Like, when I was a baby.
That sounds like a rip-off of the other one.
Well, they competed, actually.
Yeah, they did.
And I played all
PlayStation
3 of
2
them,
days.
Both of them. They were great games, both of them.
Fantastic.
Played Banjo-Kazooie, and
Yes.
I just got the bird and just ran around in circles because I just rented it, and I was like, how do I play this game? I don't understand.
How does one banjo?
I thought it was hilarious because it looked like the bird was kidnapping the bear.
Well, I mean, what are you looking forward to 16?
To 16 what?
Like
Streak On.
2016. I mean, there's not a
We
lot
had
that's...
this conversation off stream. I don't have any of it.
I'm looking forward to the new expansion to Elite Dangerous, where they're going to add in the ability to land on planets and settlements throughout their big universe that they have. Which is basically, they keep adding stars as they're discovered now.
I'm glad you said that. What about Star Citizen?
That's what I was going to say.
I was gonna.
Do not. That thing has been going since like 2008 or some
It's like-
shit.
yeah,
It
It's-
looks fantastic.
it looks
It's the largest
fantastic. Too bad you're
crowdfunding
never gonna
game
fucking
ever.
see it.
Well, except the Alpha 2.0 just came out 2 weeks ago.
Congratulations, you can now walk to your ship, fly about 4 feet, and done.
No, that was
that was the other alpha.
First alpha.
No, like seriously, you've played this a lot. What's changed about it since last time you showed me? Because
I haven't played. I've just been like keeping up with it.
I remember you showed me about the ship customizing your ship
Yes.
to the very T, like whatever's inside your ship.
Yeah.
You know, walkways and all that cool stuff.
They've still added a few new ships since then. It's going to be still going to be a persistent universe or procedurally generated, whatever. But it's going to be not only the ship battle, but also have an FPS to it as well. Where you can actually board other ships or confront somebody on an asteroid, different stuff like that. But basically, the biggest open universe world you can have, and you can, like, you see an asteroid, you can build a freaking hangar on it if you want to, and that can be your base or your team's base, and have other people that you actually know that help you pilot a big, huge ass freighter ship that you use to go mine out other stuff or go attack somebody, take their ships or whatever. Doesn't matter. That's what's really interesting is you can just do. It's literally going to be your like choice in their Star Citizen universe, and it is going to be beautiful and 100% Kickstarter too, which is really amazing. So no EA Activision poking their hands around in it trying to make it this way or that. It's all from the head person, Roberts.
Let me ask you this then. You know, after the game comes out, what percentage would you say of the ships are going to be dick-shaped?
If you do not make your first ship dick-shaped, you're gay.
Boy, the irony in that statement. I'm just saying, because, you know, that's what people do.
Well, you
That's
can't.
what I
It's
do.
not like you custom. It's not like you build it from scratch like us.
You have base
Space Engineer.
frames.
No.
You have
You have
base.
no. Well,
No
not even
shit.
that. It's still like you can look them up online. They're all like pre-made ships, but you can customize like your car out there.
Yeah, like I'm
Basically.
saying, you have the
Oh,
base
so you have
frames
the
like the fighters or whatever transport you buy, and then you can take weapons off of one or another and just stick them on wherever you
Yeah.
want to. Engines, weapons, whatnot.
Why don't
Just-
they have a game like that for Zoids?
Yeah.
Big, huge
That would be
universe.
amazing, but
because they're fools.
yeah,
That's a cash grab right there.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, they
More
tried to do
royalties
it
for
once.
that.
It just kind of flopped.
Flopped?
Yeah.
What?
Zoids Battle
Oh, yeah. That was
back on
terrible.
GameCube.
But as far as Star Citizen goes, wait until 2020 and you might get a glimpse of the full game. For now, you can have Star Citizen
It's past
Will
the
it
1
come
million.
out?
or Star Elite Dangerous. Sorry.
It's the end of 2016, and that's been the date since last year.
Will Star Citizen come out before Half-Life 3?
Nope.
Well, it's actually got a trailer.
We'll see.
Half-Life 3, is that going to be
That's a
thing?
very, very slow race
What?
still in the making.
Well, let me ask you another
Well,
complex question.
Not everyone answered what they were looking for or forward to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
2016.
All right, go ahead.
Let's
Reed.
just keep this going in like
Yeah, who answered last?
like
Who answered last?
clockwise. So Reed.
Well, I was just gonna say a lot less grander scale here than Star Citizen, but I'm looking forward to the next game in the Mass Effect series, and then also the next game for Gears of War, just because that's my favorite shooter.
Is that coming out next year?
Yes.
Well, Mass Effect,
Let me
Mass Effect might
fact
be
check that.
2017.
Are they doing
I'm not
another
sure,
Gears of War?
but
Gears 4, yes.
What is it going to be about?
You get to play
It's
as
500 years
It's,
in the
it's
future.
completely new characters
You
now.
get to
like,
play as
they're
the
getting rid
Ticker.
of like all the old school guys. It's like in a different time period or something.
I was gonna say, well, what's going to happen now? Like, Gears 3, man, that was it.
I'm telling you, man, you play as the ticker.
You play as the lone ticker
get
who
to- you get to
survived
see
the
it.
apocalypse.
You get to see its teenage years growing up. He got to see its family just blow
The
up in front of him.
The ticker finally gets to be the leader of the Locust Horde, and he runs it his way.
We need to have a Gears of War movie that has a ticker in it in the same vein as Scrap from the Ice Age movies. That'd be great.
Oh god. So what do you think?
Initial release date for Gears of War 4 is 2016. That's all it says.
A lot of detail.
So Saturday.
Saturday, yeah.
Yes.
Comes out January 1st. Not really.
Gotta love that detailed assessment.
Don't go wait outside your local GameStop.
No, go ahead.
They will call the
I
cops
like
on
how
you.
you put January 1st. It's not Saturday, it's Friday.
Look, backwards alternate reality leap year.
What?
So is that was that what you're looking forward to?
Yeah.
What about you?
Continue.
I guess Gears of War. I haven't looked into anything coming out in 2016.
I kind of haven't either. So my default answer is MLB and Ratchet and Clank.
Nope.
Yeah.
The default answer of MLB, the same game that you played last time.
Yep.
Which is
It's
actually
gonna be the
first
same
game.
graphics on the same engine, the same fucking
They
thing.
got a whole different engine.
Oh, congratulations! It's gonna look slightly shinier.
Oh, it's gonna look better. The trailer looked good. I don't know.
Is it
That's
going to
just
be
me.
any less broken?
Well, your results may vary.
You better hope.
I don't know,
so.
I can't
Some of
wait
the shit
until
I've seen
I
in
can't-
your stream.
I can't wait until a 99 overall player drops a fly ball that a 3-year-old can catch.
We were talking earlier about the, speaking of broken stuff, the most overrated game of the year. What do you think that is? Personally, I'd go with Destiny.
Yeah.
Destiny
got
was
a
a
huge amount of
cash grab.
Yeah.
It was
Probably
a
one of the
flaming
worst
piece of
games of all
shit
time.
that everybody stomped on.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that would probably be my primary guess. My answer is Destiny. What do you think?
Would anyone else?
I'd
Something
say the
different.
only other one that I'd say would be Star Wars Battlefront.
That's what I was going to
True,
say. It'd
yeah.
probably be like second in the list.
I haven't played that, so I can't really throw my opinion in.
It looks like a good game, but I mean, it just
It looks
doesn't
amazing.
have a lot.
With the looks and like all the art development they've put into it, if it had a single player campaign that went along with it, it would be great.
I'll tell
it
you,
really
And
would.
full circle.
I'll tell you what it seems to me that Battlefront was. It's the same thing that I have with DBZ games. I will buy just about, for those of you who don't know, that's Dragon Ball Z. I will buy just about any Dragon Ball Z game just for the story. Just for, or not for the story, just for like the aesthetic of that series. I don't care if it's not even a fighting game. It's just got the skin of DBZ on it. And I think that's what Battlefront's going to be for a lot of people. People who love Star Wars will buy that game and eat
Then
it up.
quickly realize
But the
it's a
problem is when
multiplayer
it's-
map that goes on 3 different
The
maps and
problem
you're
though is
fucked.
when it's completely overhyped, and then they get
Yeah.
it and they're like, "Well, that
I'm
was a
still
bad
seeing
idea."
advertisements for that game.
Yeah.
Like, all over Twitch, all over YouTube. And I'm like, dude, it's out. Let's move on.
All that,
It's out and the movie's out.
That
Shut
just,
the fuck
that just
up.
tells you they're not where they expect it to be with sales if they are still advertising, hey, come buy our game.
The last Star Wars game I bought was Rogue Squadron on the N64.
You know, I want to see them remake that, what was that one that you
Republic
used to...
Commando?
Yes.
Dude,
The
Republic
squad-based
Commando
game.
was amazing.
That was the game that
I
needs
love
to be
that
remade.
game.
Yeah, that needs to be remade. Which for that game, it had a really short campaign, but it's still considered a really great game. So it doesn't have to be super freaking long. It just has to be good. Although a longer one would have been amazing too.
So I just had a realization. So something I mentioned with Star Wars, what is it, The Force Unleashed or Awakened? Awakened came out, and I said, I think I was talking to Reed about this. I have never sat down and watched the Star Wars series, any of them.
And
I've
the
seen-
hateful comments.
I've seen them here and there, and I remember as a kid, like 3-4 years old, like I went with my father to a friend of his house and
We're all
watched them.
silently shunning you right now.
That's fine. I did download them, and I did get through
You could put the gun on.
first one, and I'm going to get through the rest.
And he's gone.
and
Rip.
rip sound.
Bastard knocked the board
I
off.
just realized that on top of that, I have never played a Star Wars game ever.
Uh,
I take that back.
Not
I
to
take-
the Old Republic. Come on,
I take
man.
that back. I played one, and it was an arcade game. It was an arcade game, like in an arcade, in a game arcade.
Yeah.
It was like an arcade machine. I don't know which one. It was in Time Out in the mall. years ago.
What's the time now?
It's in
It's
the
in an
Walnut
arcade
Square
place in the
Mall.
mall.
I
it's
didn't
a
grow
small-
up here.
That's,
Yeah, same.
I
you'll
don't know the
know.
name.
Growing
of
up
it.
where we
Still
grew up,
there.
what's a mall?
Didn't they have the one that just had the joystick and you shot a laser?
It had that, but it had like 3 different games to play. There's one where you're riding
Good grades.
the
Snow, the
The
snow
box,
speed or whatever.
the snow speeders. One where you're flying. It's when they're trying.
You're
to take
racing
down
through the
AT-ATs.
forest on
The
the.
forest one. There's one where you're trying to take down the AT-ATs.
That's
And
the snow speeder.
There's like a FPS one too, where you when they're trying to take down the shield generator. I guess.
Yeah.
I played that, but I've never played like a console game of Star Wars.
Not to be like
Play the PS2 one.
rude here, but where were you going with that point? About
I
not
was
having
saying like, because I told y'all about that, and y'all were talking about Battlefront. I just realized just now that along with never having sat down and watched the movies, I had also never played a video game by them or in that series, other than that arcade.
It's pretty crazy.
Play Rogue Squadron, you get to have a flying car.
I missed out on like the biggest franchise in history.
Due to
my-
lack of interest.
You seem to
Well,
It interested me when I was a kid. It's just that thing where there were other games, like it was that thing where I'd like see a commercial for a Star Wars game or something, but then I'd see like later in the day I'd see one for like another game that looked really cool, and my brain would be like, forget this, I'll focus on this thing all the time.
Star Wars pops up and then Pokemon
Okay.
immediately
I want that
after,
game,
and then
and then
go.
Pokemon came up. I want that game, and then Spyro came up. I want that game.
If you only ever play one Star Wars game, you got to make it Knights of the Old Republic, unless you don't like RPGs. In which case, then I would go with Republic Commando.
If you want a pretty interesting, like just straight single player story, the MMO ain't that bad, and since it's went free to play, you can go through the story on that, and it's actually pretty decent.
I played it. I enjoyed it, but it is no Knights of the Old Republic 3, which it
True.
should have been.
Well, I mean that's something that they've talked about bringing back, but frankly, I'm scared if they do it.
They need to bring it back, and screw you, EA. Don't screw it up.
Screw you, EA. Don't screw it up.
You're
Fuck you,
asking
EA,
for a
don't
lot
screw
from EA.
Unfortunately, yes.
I'm gonna go back on something about the game you're looking forward to 2016. I forgot all about this game because it ain't coming out on consoles. It's only gonna be on PC, and that's XCOM.
Oh man, I know that pissed me off so bad. I love that game, and it's not going to be on console.
Bow to the PC master race.
It'll come out on console.
How about you go fuck yourself?
It'll be
with
later,
PC?
but it's gonna come out.
It will eventually.
It needs to come
just
out
like ESO.
At the
I think
beginning,
he's
damn
along
it.
with you.
And it's gonna work out better.
Do PC Masters.
No subscriptions. Remember that.
Establishing-
That's pretty much it. That's all I got.
Establishing fact, there are 2 PC Master Race people in this group right now.
Well,
The rest of us are console peasants.
to steal
I
the
just
whole,
want something that works.
not to steal your whole like topic leader thunder over there, but
Tropic Leader Thunder.
since it's like the end of the year,
Is that a sequel to Tropic?
what would everybody's game of the year be?
Thunder?
Are we including Fallout?
Include whatever.
Okay,
Except for Fallout.
It's
Let's
till
all-
today.
That came out this year.
Let's agree that we all agree that Fallout 4 is the best game, and it should have won Game of the fucking Year.
Well,
Fuck
then,
you, Witcher 3.
hold on now. There might be some people in here who don't like Fallout.
Fuck your opinion. You're
Loved
wrong.
it. What are you pointing at me for?
So does everyone agree Fallout?
So aside from that, because we've all put a shit ton of time in that and love it, what would be your next game of the year?
The only other game I have is Halo. I guess Halo is number 2.
That's a lie. You got Minecraft too.
I do have Minecraft. I haven't played it.
Well,
I'm
I think we
pretty
just.
sure Minecraft didn't come out this year.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
care.
I think we just blew out the audio.
What's your favorite game of the year? Your game?
Pokemon, because reasons.
Well, that's good enough. We'll see.
How many and which one?
Sam.
Let's see. I think, not including Fallout, I would go with Elder Scrolls Online for console, since it just came out. I mean,
Oh, that's an abhorrent abomination.
well, go fuck yourself.
The only game
I don't
You
have
an
vinegar.
opinion? Fuck you, you're wrong.
I don't have any vinegar. We're gonna have to buy some vinegar.
I reject your logic and substitute my own.
Reject your reality.
Wait, what does vinegar have to do with it?
Nothing.
Getting-
It's an inside joke. I'll explain it later.
It's
So, Reed,
that's a
did
shout
you
out
answer
to
that?
other people.
I did not answer that, but my answer was apparently not cool enough. I wanted to say Fallout 4,
Oh.
but
You can say
I'll
Fallout.
let Reed say it because he is a one-track mind kind of person.
but if we can't include Fallout 4,
No, you can.
I like Witcher, but I do not want to say it just because I think Fallout is the better RPG of the year. So I would probably have to go with either Mortal Kombat X or Rise of the Tomb Raider, just because they're two different genres, but I enjoy playing both of them when I'm not playing Fallout.
RavenQuote.
Mine is Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse, but I'm the only one who's played that game.
I played the demo.
You're the only one
You
that
played
knows
the
that
demo.
game
I played the
exists.
demo.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed it.
You wanna bet me? I bet you the numbers will tell you different. It's the best Dragon Ball Z game that's come out in years because it went back to the original developers, which is a group called Dimps, and it's their first 3D like fighting game, and it is amazing.
I don't think they've gotten used to the whole like 3-dimensional fighting yet because their things
It's
really
a little
it's
clunky,
a little clunky,
There's
but
a little
it's good.
clunky, but if you compare it to the last like 4 shit games,
So it's a fighting
Raging Blast 2, and like they had Battle of Z, I think it was called. Though it's the most amazing.
Yeah,
one.
it's clunky, but it is good.
Yes, it's a fighting game.
Okay, I was just clarifying that.
Yeah.
It's a 3D fighting game.
It's
The 3D
improving.
fighting.
That series is improving now. They just need to fix their online.
I don't play online. Fuck that.
Your turn.
Steven Universe.
No, I mean I would say Fallout, but I'm gonna go off stream here, and I'm going to say because I bought a whole freaking new console just for the game, MLB, because it's the first one I played. It's the first one I played on the PlayStation, and I enjoy it. I honestly do. I'm a sports
poor
It's the game
soul.
I see him play
I'm a
every
sports
day.
fan. Okay, bite me, but yeah, I mean
As
honestly,
you wish.
Make a chunk out of you.
It must be some weird alternate universe in which a sports game ever wins Game of the Year.
Well, no, it's not game of the
That
year
is
on
a
my list. It's
twisted
just
and
if you look at
scary
the time
reality.
that I've played, the time that I've put into, I put more time into MLB than I have Fallout.
I mean,
It's
I
the
like
only
Fallout.
game you stream
I
that
like-
gets you any viewers.
That's true.
Yeah.
Just
I like-
because you're obsessed doesn't mean it's good.
It's actually pretty good. You just don't like sports. You're biased.
It's a broken
I don't
game.
either.
It's a decent
But,
game, I guess.
uh,
It's alright for.
It's better than 2K.
I like.
Well,
It'll
I'm
it'll-
good with the 5-to-1 odds
See,
here.
here's the problem is there was a series of games me and you were talking about in your last stream. It's the ones I think is it called Slugger, where you're
MLB
players
Slugfest.
Slugfest, where your character you're like you can catch them on fire, and like if they
So
ever
it's NFL Blitz with baseball.
Yeah.
it's that series of games. No sports games will ever top those games. Those were the best games in the world.
We just agree that NFL Blitz is the best football game ever.
Yes.
Nah, man, 2004.
Shut.
And they're out there
Somebody
just
bitch
prove your-
smack that man.
You will never beat Slugfest and the Blitz ever.
Although
I just love in like Slugfest, like if you're like going to bat and the pitcher beans your character, he like gets pissed off, catches on fire, runs off screen. You just hear like punches flying. He's beating the shit out of the pitcher. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
Now, if only they could put that on TV in real life.
well,
People like
It would
baseball.
actually
It
get
would be
viewership
better,
again.
but we can do it.
Although going back to the beginning of that, Amos saying that he probably spent more time on that than he has Fallout. I'd have to say Fallout 4 is my game of the year, really.
That's
But we
fine.
kind of were all in agreement that was, or most of us would.
When I
It's
said
not
that
fair to
earlier,
put everything else in the ring with it.
Yeah, exactly.
When I said
Exactly.
that,
That's why. And as far as time
Well,
goes,
according to Game
mine
Awards,
is
Witcher's game of the
definitely
year, so-
ESO.
Well,
I've
Game
spent
Awards, I don't know
way
what the fuck
way
they're
more
doing.
time on ESO than I have Fallout 4, and I probably will still end up putting more time in total on ESO than I have into Fallout 4, just because I've played so much. I played it on console and I played it on PC from the day that it launched on PC. So
and
I
that's
mean, it doesn't
fine.
matter how much time you play, I guess.
I honestly enjoy
to
it.
be
I honestly
game of the
enjoy
year.
MLB. I'm a sports guy. What can I say? I'm not knocking on
you're the only
Fallout.
one here.
I know. I was just saying. I
Fallout's
was just
awesome. It's probably my favorite game on the Xbox.
I was just kind of putting another example to that.
Yeah. But I mean, I seeing how I bought a brand new console just for the game. I think that'd give it a little notch above Fallout for
I
me
can't
personally.
believe. Like,
You know,
But
that's why it was, for like personal question instead
yeah,
of
yeah. I mean, there's probably not another soul that's gonna watch this and be like, "Oh yeah, MLB, best game ever." But if you
You
do,
might have about 10 other people to join you.
all your stream viewers will say that.
yeah,
probably.
heaven forbid if I go anywhere else, they go missing.
Go from 20 playing MLB to playing Halo and getting 2.
Yeah, and that's me
That's
and the
him and the
bot.
bot.
But, it's whatever. Okay, so anybody got any closing statements? We actually hit our time limit.
Nah, dicks.
I'm Batman.
Blarg.
Well, okay.
I concur.
I mean,
So, here's a question I'd like to
spoilers,
ask.
there was a female.
What is the game that you think you've played the most in your life?
The most?
Them
The
explode.
most. Just
Out
a
of
game.
everything?
Yeah, like, it doesn't have to be everything, because that's all encompassing, but, like, just a game that you know that stands out in your mind as something you played for, like,
Halo 3.
hours and hours
Wait,
and hours.
It's-
World of
can-
Warcraft. Far too damn long.
Me and Minecraft.
Can you predict or how many days?
I
Go
know, like, on individual characters, I have, like, 30, 68, 42.
Days? Or
Yeah.
Nerd.
Days.
Okay.
On, like,
Years.
multiple characters. I've been playing this thing for years.
You've been playing it at least since we were in middle school, at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever played a game that long.
You shouldn't. Never do it. Trust
Because
me.
I haven't been like big into MMOs or anything, so I'm not gonna get the time suck that is.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'd probably have to go with, unless it's like super old school games like Ninja Turtles: The Hyperstone Heist. on
Okay,
Sega.
we'll take, like, retro
Then-
games out, because that's, like...
Unless it's something like that, then it's got to be Knights of the Old Republic, because I played that probably 30 times.
Unfortunately, mine has got to be
I'm over there.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, cause
Yeah.
I played the shit out of that. I bought a console for that.
Yeah, I know. I did too.
I'm trying to say,
Ended up
how many
at-
times or how long did we play Halo
I think-
3?
I finally.
I don't even-
the
How
last
long did we
time I
take?
looked, it was at 40 days.
You prestiged in like 24 hours in that game.
Yeah.
How
Yes, I
long
did.
did we
'Cause I
play
remember you
Halo
bought
3
it.
trying to drag...
You bought it and
Right
you
for a
played for close to
campaign.
24 hours straight.
Yeah.
On Legendary.
So,
Was that the game where you pulled into the parking lot and just left your car on and the door open and everything just raced?
Yes. That was it. That was it. Major hype.
Alrighty.
well, I mean, I hate that you said the retro games because I think that's where one of mine is. And that's probably Crash Team Racing on PlayStation 1.
Well, too damn bad. We disqualified them. Go on to something else.
Alright.
The only
That's
reason-
not that.
The only
That's
reason
not
I
that
said...
retro though. That's that's
Yeah.
original PlayStation.
The
Mine was
reason I
Crash
said that is because,
Bandicoot.
like, if you go into retro
was my
games,
most played
i.e.
game,
like
other
NES,
than
Sega,
Minecraft.
all that kind of stuff,
Crash Bandicoot.
that's like,
Love
Okay,
that game.
I got it.
I've, like, shredded hours from the time I played it when I was a kid up till now. Because I still go back to those games. I
Dude,
still love playing the
Probably 2
original
months
Mario
ago, I
games.
played that Ninja Turtle game I mentioned a
Yeah.
minute ago.
Like, I have the original Super Mario Bros. On my 3DS, and I play it at least once a week. If it's just, like, for, like, 10 minutes, I still play it every day.
I know we drug you through Halo 3 with us trying to get Drake through the Legendary campaign for God
Yeah,
knows
thanks for
how
that, you
long.
assholes. That's a waste of my time.
Alright, so we're throwing that one out. Alright, then I got another one. I got a backup. Rome Total War. The first one.
Never
That-
mind.
Yeah, I should.
Good
I
game.
didn't even think
Yeah,
about
yeah,
yeah.
it was
You
good.
showed me that game, and I'm still addicted to that game. I mean, I'd probably play that game over the most current Rome.
The new one's actually pretty good.
It is good.
Yeah.
It's fantastic compared to, well, alright, are you talking about Attila or Rome 2?
Rome 2.
Okay, because Attila was garbage, from
Yeah.
what people are saying. But I'd still go back and play the first one if I had it.
I do. I have it.
I have it too.
If you, that's what it is. I think in my apartment. If you want.
Yeah, same here.
I know what I'm going to be doing. This will never be uploaded.
Yeah.
But, okay, well, that's all we got
Did he
for this week.
Brian, what about you?
What?
I thought he answered. Did you not answer?
I said Halo 3.
Oh, there you go. Did everybody answer?
Yeah, everybody
mine,
answered.
Mine would probably be like, it would be a series of games.
You done answered twice. You're going for a
What
third.
did I answer?
A little while ago.
No,
No,
I
he was
didn't.
talking about retro and
My
now.
apologies,
okay.
man. Go ahead.
Mine would, I would say 3 games
Paper
because I
Mario.
don't know. I sunk a lot of time into Paper Mario. 30
Razor
years
Super
old, I
Mario.
beat that game 15 times. But no, it would be a series of 3 games. I only say that because I don't know which. I can't like differentiate between them.
It's not a couple older.
It would either be Spyro the
Could
Dragon,
be.
Spyro 2 Roto's Rage, or Spyro Year of the Dragon. One of those 3 would be the most because I played the shit out of those games. That was like my summer game. I sat down for weeks at a time playing those games.
Until like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that was like my get home after school and stay up till like 11, 10 at night and playing them.
Well, see, I played Year of the Dragon until 3
11
o'clock in the
at
morning
night,
almost every
11 at
night.
late.
But I didn't have a memory card, so
That was
I
back
couldn't
when I
save
was
it.
in elementary school, playing like that. As I got older, I started playing till 3 in the afternoon the next day.
Well,
That's all I got.
that's all you got? That's all everybody's got?
Yes, sir.
That's it?
I had something once.
What happened to it?
It died.
That's all I got.
You don't want to know.
Died in a very dark corner.
So, alright, well, that's it for the first episode of the It's Taking Gaming podcast. Make sure to like us on the social media outlets, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, because reasons, and Twitch, which we'll be working on in the upcoming weeks to make sure there's content there for you to see and it's not a blank page of failure. So,
Failure.
all these podcasts will, as of right now, will be scheduled to be uploaded every Friday. So make sure you tune in for that. We'll have different topics every week. So until then, that's all. Thank you guys for putting up with our mumbo jumbo. Everybody have a great night. Have a happy new year. Say bye, everybody.
See ya,
Don't
folks.
forget, there are snakes and they are on the planes.
And there went your ears.
Alrighty, happy new year.